Hi everyone. Today I'm about to try out a first for me, and that is that I'm going to be doing the Marie Kondo or KonMari method in my master bedroom. Now it might not look like it for you from this vantage point, but my room is actually quite a disaster. I'll show you some clips right here. I will share with you in a minute why it's such a mess, but I also wanted to say that I'm really nervous about this. I don't know why. I think it's because this possibly could bring up some emotions for me as I am really forced to consider whether or not to keep certain items. So I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but I'm really glad that you guys are along for the journey with me. Let's do this. Okay, so those of you who have watched this channel for a while know that I am a stickler for organization and I like to keep things neat and tidy. So you might be wondering how in the world my bedroom got to look like this. Well, the answer is a little bit complicated, but in Ontario, we are on our third lockdown right now and our children are home from school once again. In fact, in this video, you're gonna see my one son is in here with me while I'm doing this cleaning. He is sitting listening to his teacher's lessons and doing the work as well. And in Ontario, it is required that each student for their online learning, they're doing 300 minutes a day. So if you count that up, that's 5 hours of schooling, and I have a large family. It's been quite difficult for me to help them through this. And on top of that, I've been working for Stats Canada to help with their census this year, trying to earn some extra income for our family to make up for all the income that's been lost during all of these shutdowns. And all this week, my husband has been away for a work trip, so I have been single parenting it. You can just imagine how tricky it's been for me to keep up with YouTubing, to do my Canada census job, as well as help my kids through their schooling and somehow take care of the house without that extra adult around. It's been rough, and that is why my bedroom looks like this. So I got thinking that I'd like to try the KonMari method in more rooms of my house, just so that in seasons of life like this, where things are just so overwhelmingly crazy, that I'm not running myself ragged trying to care for my house. You did it! If you're wondering what that was, it was my son's computer cheering him on with his reading. But if my possessions are minimized to such a point that it doesn't require so much care to look after everything and clean everything up, I think that would make things a lot smoother and a lot less stressful at times like this. So I've watched Marie Kondo a couple times on TV, but I really don't know exactly what all of her steps are, or I don't have them memorized. So I actually printed them off and I'm going to go through each and every step with you all, read through it and make sure I'm following what she wants us to do. So let's try it out. Okay, now I am outside my bedroom because I just noticed that the first step to Marie Kondo's method is to greet your room. This sounds a little weird to me, but I'm gonna give it a try. Here we go. Hello, room. I think my son thinks I'm crazy as he's working away here. Okay, so you're supposed to just look at your room with gratitude. And actually, there are a lot of things I'm thankful for in this room. I am thankful that it provides me an escape space. I'm thankful for the size of this room. That was something really important to me, and we definitely scrimped on the size of some other rooms in this house to give ourselves a large master when we built it. I'm thankful for the calm colors and fabrics. So I have greeted my room. And next it says that you should use this opportunity to visualize how you want your room to be when it's done. So if I just close my eyes and I'm visualizing what I want this room to be like, it definitely is going to be more minimal with less clutter around. But actually what I picture also are the items that are really important to me out on display, that I can see them every day and be grateful for this life I've been given. So that is what I'm picturing when I close my eyes. Okay, next is to make your bed. As you can see, my bed is already made. I would love to know, you guys watching, do you make your bed every morning? Does everyone in your home make their bed every day? I actually did not realize till recently when I was kind of asking friends and family members how uncommon it is for people to make their bed every morning. I thought it was like most people did that. And apparently I'm wrong. Apparently most people do not make their bed every morning. In our home, I feel like I can't even get going on the day unless my bed is made and everyone else's. I do not make everyone else's bed. That's an expectation for all of our children from the time they're about, 3 or 4 years old, they start making their own bed. It might not look perfect like we want it to, but they do make their own beds. And I feel like if the rest of the house is a disaster, at least the beds are made. Okay, so next we're supposed to tackle the room by category. So instead of just going all over the place and being crazy about things, we're supposed to go by category. So in a master bedroom, she says the things that you could follow are like miscellaneous items just lying around, clothing, books, and sentimental items. So I'm actually going to start with the miscellaneous, all these corners of the room. And if I get nothing else done today, at least I got those done. So that's what I'm going to start with today. First, I'm going to tackle the laundry that was at the end of my bed. If you've watched my organizing laundry video, you'll know that I have separate baskets for all of my children's laundry. I just find this a lot easier when folding, and then they can put their own laundry away and it's all sorted like that. We separate our laundry according to color here. So this is obviously a load of like reds, pinks, purples, oranges. Do you guys separate your laundry at your house? Let me know in the comments below what you tend to do. All right, so that laundry is out of that corner. And the next thing I wanted to mention for the Marie Kondo method is that as you are attacking kind of each area or category of your room, you're supposed to be decluttering and organizing at the same time. So we're not just going through my bedroom and getting rid of all the things I don't want in here. We're also organizing everything at the same time. And what KonMari is most famous for is, does this item spark joy? I always kind of laughed at this and thought it was really silly, but I'm genuinely going to give it a try this time, and maybe just a little more than spark joy, but is this really, really something I want to keep or not? So I'm going to start with the bench at the end of my bed and get it looking how I want it to look. I have several bags here, so one is going to be for garbage, one for recycling, and a clear bag for donating. So this is an old steamer trunk that we have at the end of our bed. It's not too bad, but I do tend to set things that are just miscellaneous here, like a pencil, some batteries, and these all have a home, so they're going somewhere else. These are Mother's Day cards that my kids made for me, and I just like to keep them around for a while, and I'll probably keep one or two just in a special envelope as a keepsake. And when I'm looking through magazines, I just realized that I didn't really need or like the one magazine. I'd rather just keep my nice Magnolia home magazine. So now it's nice and simple. Do you guys find if you have kids that your room becomes kind of a dumping ground for some of their toys? I found like a massive stack of my son's Pokemon cards, a bunch of his teddy bears, different things that he'd left laying around. So I'm having a chat with him about that so he can clean them up. I have a basket in the corner of our room where we actually keep our kids' tablets and electronics. I like to keep them in our room actually so that I know that they are not getting into them too much. So this is where they belong. But I also tend to put things in here that I want to take out of rotation for a while that I don't want the kids getting into. And that includes comic books sometimes. So here I have a massive stack of comic books that I took out of the rotation because the kids weren't reading just regular novels and books, and I wanted them to be doing that. And so I took them out of the rotation for a few months. Now we're going to put them back in, and I'm giving them to my son to put back downstairs in the bookshelf. As I go through my own bookshelf in my room, Marie Kondo says to only keep things that give you sparky joy. And this book that is written in both Cree and English, My Heart Fills with Happiness, is a real special one around our house. But I have a lot on this shelf that I don't really love, and some that I really do, like my history textbook. So I'm keeping those. This spoon was just kind of thrown on there, but it's actually a really special Christmas commemorative spoon from the year I was born that my grandma gave me, and I want to keep that. I want to display it. I want to take the plastic off and really actually display it on here. By the way, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Jen, and this channel is all about living on less. Feel free to subscribe for more content, and please do press the like button if you're enjoying this video. It really is the kindest compliment a video creator can receive. Sometimes there are things on our bookshelves that we need to keep that don't spark joy. For me, this is one of them. It is my FASD handbook. It has a lot of information that's good information in there about how to best raise my kids that are on the spectrum, but I don't really, I don't find joy in that, but I'm gonna have to keep it anyway, Marie, sorry. It's essential information for us. I have this picture frame on here that I haven't liked for years. I don't know why I've kept it on here, so I'm gonna actually take the pictures out of them, keep them in my keepsake, but get rid of the frame. As we are going through the shelves, one thing you're supposed to be doing is organizing as you go. So I'm organizing according to type of book, so nonfiction, fiction, Andrew's books, my books. And now I've organized everything according to just things I love. The purse that I used when we got married, some mementos from our honeymoon, that Christmas spoon, and all of our books kind of organized nicely, that special book sitting out. Really like how the bookshelf looks now. I had the chair corner where everything seems to get dumped as well. So I'm just gonna go through and put different things where they belong. This quilt, I need to sew up some of the edges that are getting frayed, and of course I just threw it on the chair, but I think I want to just put it in the basket in the corner of my room to be sewn up later, because I'm not going to get to it probably for a few weeks. So might as well have my chair back. I got a box of toiletries from my aunt. I'm definitely gonna keep some of them, like the hair products, but I'm finding I have so many extra bottles of hand sanitizer, and I think I'm gonna donate them because there are other people that probably need them more. So my problem with shoe boxes is this. Honestly, I can't count the number of times that I have tossed a shoebox because I don't want them cluttering up my house, and literally a week later, one of my kids needs a shoebox for a school project. But honestly, I think I need to just limit myself. Maybe we'll keep like 1 or 2 shoeboxes in the home at a time and toss the rest. So this one's going in the recycling. In this bag were some gift items I bought for somebody, and I don't know why I dumped it by the chair because I actually have a spot in our house for gift items. We put that there and get rid of the bag. This fuzzy black blanket is a favorite of mine for cozying up and reading a book. Much better. Now it's welcoming, a place I want to sit again. And another corner. I have so many corners in my bedroom and it's definitely getting overrun. I made some homemade decorations for my daughter since the stores in Ontario are closed down for her 13th birthday. So I'm actually gonna take those downstairs and put them up. And I've just set like my camera bag, my gym bag, which unfortunately our gyms are still closed and I'd really like to get back there. But for now, I guess the gym bag's going in the closet. Just getting rid of some of the things on here that are, I guess, just like tchotchkes. This is a really great quote about traveling I wrote down a few months ago, and I'm gonna keep that up there. It's a great reminder. But there are other things up here that I don't really need that aren't servicing me well. I have this book, My Utmost for His Highest, and it's funny, like, I really haven't read it in a long time, and I just keep it there. I don't know, am I trying to impress people that I read it every day or something like that? I don't know why I keep it on that shelf on display, but I'm gonna put it back on the bookshelf for now because I haven't been reading it that much lately. Things I do want to keep are a handmade craft by my daughter, some little mementos that we got in Rome when my husband and I went there for our 10th anniversary, just some reminders on the wall of important things for my day that I want to be doing every day to keep well. And we have this picture in the corner of our bedroom. It's from such a long time ago, but Honestly, I just like how I look in that picture. So it's gonna be staying there. And now this is a special bulletin board where I just put little mementos, special pictures, special things my kids have made me, and it needs a little bit of cleaning up, but for the most part, it's gonna stay the same. It's just something nice for me to see every morning when I walk out of my bathroom, just to remind me of my loved ones. Random things in the corner, my laptop bag, this back scratcher. I tend to be downstairs when my back is itchy, so I'm gonna put it downstairs. Why am I keeping it in my bedroom? And now this corner is all complete and looking much better. Next, my closet. So I'm just gonna be cleaning up the top of all the clutter that gets set on top of my dresser. There's a lot of things I'm just keeping because, and they don't bring me joy, so they're gonna be donated. I love these little tiaras. I'm keeping them. They were my daughter's for different ballet things they were in. This is a quilt that my daughter made when she was learning to quilt last year for a doll and a pillowcase. I'm keeping that, and we'll maybe give it as a special gift to a niece down the line. Don't really need the CD player anymore. Do you guys still listen to CDs, or your kids? I don't know why I was keeping that. Just extra fabric. I'm gonna give it to my daughter because she's a sewer. And this was her blankie, one of my daughter's blankies when she was young. I just keep it there because it makes me happy, but sometimes honestly it makes me sad because she's so grown. So I think instead of being sad every day seeing it, I'm gonna go put it somewhere that in our memento box that we can get out whenever we want. And now I'm just going to really wash down the top of this after I've decluttered it because it is really dusty. Wow, that looks so much better. Another quote on the wall to remind myself every morning when I see it. And I'm really just very happy with how much neat and tidy that is. Now, a couple months ago, I did clean out my clothes in my room, but there's one drawer I avoided, and that is my bathing suit and undergarments lingerie drawer. It's looking so bad, and I'm really gonna try the Marie Kondo method today of going through each and every item and getting rid of what I don't want and keeping what I do. And I also, I wanna separate according to category in this drawer. So putting bathing suits in one spot, leggings in another, tights in another, just so that they're right there where I can see them. And I'm gonna try our method of folding them so that they're all sticking up vertically so I can see them. I kind of like the idea when I've seen it on different TV shows, so we're gonna try that today. Those are all my bathing suits. You might think I have a lot, but we're actually in process of purchasing a hot tub. So I'd like to keep all my bathing suits, to be honest. And I found this little container that I can put all of my nylons and things in so that I can clearly see them and I can see the pairs together. This makes it a lot easier for those dressy nights when I need them. And I'm gonna put my slips in there as well. And it's just looking just night and day difference from what it did when I first opened it. I'm so happy with how this turned out, and I think it's gonna be really easy to maintain. Next will be Andrew's closet. Now, I'm not gonna do a full Marie Kondo in his closet. I'm gonna leave that for him, but there's definitely some things in his closet that I have put there. Decor items like
pillows and lamps and blankets that don't need to be in there anymore, that are taking up space. The bottom of the closet was looking really bad, so a lot of this is just getting stuff off the floor and getting rid of it. But just like packing cubes and things that didn't belong there. I'm really excited to get it cleaned up so he can see the floor again. Ugh, it just looks so much better in here. I even have an empty shelf, which I'm just gonna keep empty. I'm not gonna fill it up with anything. And look, we can see the floor. My husband's gonna be so impressed when he gets home from his work trip.
Wow, this feels so good. And you know what, guys? That was not nearly as hard of an experience as I thought. Dealing with some of those sentimental items, those emotional items, it wasn't too hard to do. So it really helped me to think about what brought me joy, and I actually feel a lot more free. Getting rid of some of those things that I was just kind of hanging on to because I felt I had to. And now that I can clearly see out all the things that are special to me, not necessarily what the latest fad is or what would look great in a decorating magazine, but truly what makes me happy every day, I'm so glad that I did try this process, and I highly recommend that you try out the KonMari method too, maybe just in one room of your house like I've done, and then hey, maybe I'll graduate to different rooms of the house after this. If you're interested, I have done a lot more decluttering videos, not necessarily the Marie Kondo method, but I have done quite a number. If you're interested in watching more of what I've done around our home, I will link them for you. Truly, it means the world to me that you guys have joined me today, and I hope it gave you just a little bit of inspiration to do the same in your own home. See you soon. For the least, this is Jen.